Good morning, everyone. I would like to call to order this meeting of the Kentucky Board of Education Awards Committee. Welcome back to our members and welcome to all viewing the meeting remotely. Before we begin, I have a few notes to announce about conducting virtual meetings. The meeting must comply with the requirements of the Open Meetings Act. Accordingly, the public may view the meeting via a link provided in the advertised agenda. Please ensure your video is streaming and that you can be seen throughout the duration of the meeting. As there are only 3 members of the committee, you may refrain from muting your microphone when not talking. Please be sure all discussions are broadcast to the public. For any items that require a vote, there will be 2. A roll call vote will be necessary to record the vote of each member. At that time, the member should state her name, pause, and then state I vote yes or I vote no. Please silence or turn off other electronic devices that may cause disruption to your sound feed. Dr. Jones, will you do the roll call, please?
Yes. Julie Pyle.
Julie Pyle, present.
Diane Woods.
Diane Woods, present.
Lou Young.
Lou Young, present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Kevin C. Brown served at the Kentucky Department of Education in various roles from 2004 to 2018. Most recently, Brown served as the Interim Commissioner of Education from December 2019 to September 2020. Brown's time at the department throughout 2020 was marked with significant challenges that called for strategic educational leadership and clear ongoing communication that was forward-thinking, action-oriented, and aimed at advancing efforts to educate, feed, and support Kentucky's 650,000 students during a global pandemic. The goal of Senate Bill 9, 2022, the Read to Succeed Act, is to support evidence-based early literacy instruction throughout the Commonwealth by investing in teachers to increase student success in reading. A child's ability to read is a critical predictor of both educational and lifelong success. Students must have every opportunity to gain and strengthen this skill, and teachers must be equipped and empowered in the teaching of reading to best support their students. The 2024 award seeks to recognize a public school or district that has demonstrated a strong commitment to enhancing early literacy through the effective adoption and implementation of evidence-based practices as outlined in Senate Bill 9, 2022, the Read to Succeed Act. Criteria for the award include notable efforts of supporting the successful adoption and implementation of evidence-based early literacy instruction. This includes investment in professional development and our instructional resources to equip teachers with the latest evidence-based practices for teaching reading. Evidence of successful implementation of the Read to Succeed Act, focusing on policies and practices that enhance early literacy outcomes. This includes providing teachers with the resources and support needed to effectively teach reading and offering students ample opportunities to develop and strengthen their reading skills. Engagement with the community to support early literacy initiatives. Recognizing that literacy is a collective effort. This includes collaboration with families, local organizations, and other stakeholders to create a literacy-rich environment that extends beyond the classroom. Committee members were asked to review the candidates prior to the meeting. So at this time, with the permission of the committee, I would like for us to rank order our first 4 choices, and then from that rank ordering, begin a discussion of the candidate that we want to recommend. So Ms. Powell, would you go first, please?
Sure. My first ranking was candidate 6. Second was candidate 10. Third was candidate 7. And then for fourth, I have a tie between candidate 5 and 13.
Vice Chair Young?
Yes, first choice was 10. I had a tie for second between 8 and 7. And third for me was 12.
Okay. Did you have a fourth? That's okay if you don't.
My tie was 8 and 7. So no, I'm sorry. That
Okay.
that is 4 different ones. Yes.
All right. Thank you. My choice, first choice was 6, second 10, third 9, and fourth choice was 7. So let's begin a little discussion of what we have here. And as I looked at the candidates, we had a strong pool. I think we were very, very fortunate. And it just a testament and testimony to all the good things that are happening out there in the counties around literacy and early literacy efforts in the district. As I looked at the candidate number 6, I had made some notes here. Adopted and implemented evidence-based practices as outlined in Read to Succeed Act, strong community support, district initiative, the PD, the increase in the minutes of reading, which were in a lot of the different candidates' bios that they sent in to us. So that was kind of my thinking for number 6. Lou, you had 10, which was my
Yes,
second choice.
and I heard Julie had that one for second place as well.
Mhm.
I saw a lot of the things that you noted in 6, but I thought it was more replete in 10. Trying to open that one right now. Got it. What I liked about 10 Woods is that there was a real focus on the effort of the team, and it was very broad in its description, from resource allocation across several different streams, and then the inclusion of high quality instructional resources as a foundational piece. It did span kindergarten through 12th grade. Professional development was a key element, and they mention community engagement there, which I did think was a strength of 6, but it's apparent here that this was kind of a strategic, broad approach. So it stood out to me as the most comprehensive of the applications. 8 and 7 were very similar in terms of the district team approach.
Yeah, I only had a 1 point difference between 6 and 10. 10 was much more detailed, and got into the data and things. The one thing I did find impressive, as far as like as what pushed 6 over to me, was the bonus points, because they purchased the same book for every single student, and community leaders came in to the classroom and read the book with their schools and things, which I thought was a little bit more innovative. So that's what pushed, for me, 6 a little bit higher, was on the bonus points for that innovative practice.
Okay, and for me, I think looking at 6, also as number 1, my number 1 choice was their intentional adoption and implementing the evidence-based practices. It seemed, and the community support for early literacy initiatives. And I guess I was focusing more on early literacy, and not as Vice Chair Young talked about, looking at the whole spectrum from early literacy all the way through secondary education. Strong district initiative and the district initiative. The 180 minutes per day of reading that was in several other candidates' information. So that was very good. So that's where we are. Do we want to try to rank all of these again, or do we want to? What is your pleasure?
In mine, if you took the bonus points out, 10 ranked higher on the basic qualifications, and the bonus points pushed 6 over for me. So, I mean, they were both very, very strong applications.
Yeah. There were 3 points between my 6 and 10, my second choice.
And I'm not sure. I mean, 6 didn't make my list, but as I read it, I take no exception with it. it seems a little thin in its description, but nothing about it strikes me as not an appropriate choice. So since it was top for the two of you, I would say 10 because it came in second for you two and first for me would also be a contender if we wanted to compare the two, but I don't feel strongly opposed to 6 at all.
Well, and you make a good point because looking at putting them side by side in comparison, there's definitely more, initiatives, more of a focus in 10. It's more complete in some of the responses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robust teacher training, EL education,
Yeah.
and the other part there about English language, English.
It did touch upon the EL pretty strongly.
Really very strongly as I'm looking back.
Very detailed in the programs they have implemented. Really talked about the high quality resources or high quality instructional resources.
A good use of funds, use of the funds, and number 10, that this is something that this will continue very easily not very easily, but they have a plan in place to keep the program going, making sure it continues. The rips and the win. Yeah. What
I would like to have known more about the community, the next to the last paragraph, but I was really appreciative that they included higher ed and that they included the community in their description of the team effort. It felt very team oriented to me.
Yes.
Bookmobile, Book Nooks,
Mm-hmm.
Title I Family Engagement Newsletter. I don't have a problem with this rising to.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with 10. Like I said, they were both very, very close.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts?
I suppose if we were to assign a score based on the fact that they occurred on everybody's list, then 10 would have higher points than 6 for across the three of us.
Yeah.
Correct.
Just to look at it quantitatively, but yeah.
Yeah, and looking at it too, that what total number of points for 30? Am I remembering that correctly?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
If everything was outstanding, the total number of points, 10, 20, would have been 30, 30 points outside the bonus points. Do y'all understand that, what I was trying to say?
On the rubric?
Yes, on the rubric.
Yes.
10 being outstanding and 30 being outside any bonus points, the highest score that one could get on the rubric. Okay, let's take another vote and see what we have. Julie, you want to go first, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with 10 and 6.
And I'll hang with 10.
Okay, and 8 or 7. Okay, and then I can certainly support number 10. Support number 10. Okay. Any other thoughts on this process or what else we have to do before we take a vote?
I would just concur with you, Chair Woods, that it was a great set of applications, and I think the General Assembly would be really pleased to see so many folks that are shining examples of early implementation of the Read to Succeed Act. So it was really gratifying to read them.
Mm-hmm.
You're so right in that, and as I read through them, and they said that they were implementing Senate Bill 9 and following the protocol and the timelines that have been established there. It was really, really exciting to see. I can't wait to get out in some of these districts and see this in practice. So at this time, once the top candidate is determined, a vote will be necessary to bring the recommendation before the full board. Based upon candidate 10's strong commitment to enhancing early literacy through the effective adoption and implementation of evidence-based practices, I would ask the committee to entertain a motion to approve candidate number 10 as the recipient of the 2024 Kevin C. Brown Strategic Priority Award. Is there a motion to approve candidate number 10 as the award winner? And we will ask Dr. Jones to do the roll call after I see if there's a motion. Is there a motion to approve candidate number 10?
So moved.
Was that you, Julie? Okay.
Yeah.
Lou Young, second.
Okay. And a second by you. All in favor?
I'll do the roll call vote.
Okay.
Julie Pyle,
Julie Pyle, yes.
Diane Woods,
Yes.
Lou Young.
Lou Young, yes.
The motion carries.
The motion carries. Okay. Well, that was so good. You guys did are awesome. What an awesome team. And
Best committee ever.
I believe it. I believe it. At this time, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting. A second and a roll call vote.
Julie
So
Pyle.
moved. Lou Young. Oh, beat you. Sorry.
Motion was made by which of you ladies? Lou?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And seconded by,
Second, Julie Pyle.
okay. And Dr. Jones, would you do the roll call vote, please?
Yes. Julie Pyle,
Julie Pyle, yes.
Diane Woods,
Diane Woods, yes.
Lou Young.
Lou Young, yes.
The motion carries.
Okay.